Hello, fellow adventurers.
Welcome to our place.
Yes, today
This is our place.
it is. Today we are doing a little bit more of an intimate experience.
I know it. You're excited about this too, aren't you? Right.
We have our little girls with us. There's one. Here's the other. So today we are actually going to talk to you about our thoughts and our reactions on Harmonious and Enchantment.
Yeah, a little Disney couch talk, as it were, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't done something like this. Most of the time it's in a park or it's at an event or something like that. But this is a random weeknight, and we thought that we have now seen Enchantment. I've seen Enchantment, 3 times, twice in person, and also once during like a live event. I've seen Harmonious once.
Mm-hmm. I've seen Harmonious twice, and I've seen Enchantment once live. And then I've also watched it on YouTube as well. So, Stephen,
Yes, Erica.
let's start with Enchantment.
Okay.
Okay, what is your thought on Enchantment? Did you like it?
I liked it, but I didn't love it. I thought it was okay. I thought it didn't really engross me or like really just emotionally connect with me. I thought it was okay, but I think it's one of those different. It's hard to not compare it to our favorite Happily Ever After. It's hard to not put it in the context of the 50th anniversary. So it's hard to kind of make a judgment and evaluate it outside of those two things. So I thought it was okay. I didn't love it. I think it needs to grow a little more, and I need to see it more. But the first couple times, I was just like, it's okay.
I agree. I think that Disney was definitely at a disadvantage because it followed Happily Ever After, which was such a good show that everybody loved so much. And I think also a lot of people were expecting something huge because it's the 50th. I think a popular opinion, and I agree, and I don't know if Steve does as well, is that it should have had the Fab Five in it, and it should have had Walt in it, because it's a big 50th anniversary celebration. So it's kind of hard to think of, something being the show being amazing without those things in it.
Yeah, so, I agree. I've read a bunch of the opinions as well, and I do agree. And perhaps, the Imagineers didn't have the same ideas. But going into it, I was perhaps not expecting, or I was wondering if they would go sort of back in time. Let's take a journey from the past 50 years and sort of reimagine and rediscover what we've been through. And then sort of the crescendo and the last part of the show would be that we're not done yet and we have more to imagine. Like, that would have been a really good idea. And I've read that a bunch of times, and I agree with that. And the show just wasn't. It just doesn't. It doesn't have an iconic song to it. Although, right, like You Are the Magic and Into the Unknown, they're a little catchy, but it's not something that I would walk away and just hum.
And they're only at the beginning, and there's other things we've done with those songs too. It's not like, I don't know. I think that I enjoyed the Main Street portion of it better than the castle portion of it. Like, I almost feel like they could have been 2 shows also. Like, the Main Street, light show or whatever you want to call it. I don't know what you would actually call it, but that portion of it I enjoyed the most. And I think that, again, it's part of the reason is because it was something new and different.
Yeah.
With the castle show, I don't feel like there was really anything new or different about it. You had fireworks, you had the castle projection, and you had, music. And that's another thing too, is a lot of the music was just instrumental.
There's a big instrumental part, and I mean, I haven't dissected the actual structure of the song, but in listening to, or the actual sequence of the music throughout, it almost seems like it has a similar vibe or structure to Happily Ever After, but different music, different projections, and so forth. And it just is like, okay, right? Like it starts with an initial sort of hook to it, and then it gets quiet, and then there's a story, and then they go into the main stuff. There's a villain section, and then they come out of the villain section sort of wanting to inspire you. And I just thought, like, it's not there. I mean, the Main Street stuff, like if you stand where we did, which you end up having a bunch of tall people in front of you sometimes, we stood down Main Street by right next to Crystal Arts, right where that little walkway is, and we got to have the full view. And I think that's one of the better areas if you don't have somebody who's 6'6" standing in front of you,
right?
Which we did. I think that's a really good place to see it. But so you're right. Like the Main Street part brings you in, which is a really nice add, but it's got to bring you into something more.
Yeah, I think that the show in itself, if it was the very first castle projection show or the very first fireworks show that you were to see at the Magic Kingdom, it's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But because there were other shows prior to it that were so amazing, I feel that this one just falls short of what it could have been. I'm not saying I disliked it. I did not dislike it at all. It just was a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah. If you reviewed it, or our review, I guess, is independent of anything else outside of the context of the 50th, outside of it coming right after Happily Ever After, our favorite, it's a good show. I'm sure that some of my family members who are coming here in a couple weeks, they'll see it and they'll think it's a great show, and we'll be like, yeah, I mean, it's good,
Mm-hmm.
And I think maybe the most disappointing part of it is Tink. In Happily Ever After, there's a big crescendo, right? You're waiting, anticipating for her to come out, and everybody is staring at the top of Cinderella Castle, waiting for her. And I think even I've seen it twice in person, and I almost forget like when she's coming out. It's not obvious, and I think that's a shame.
Yeah, and Happily Ever After, the song almost introduced her with the You Can Fly, where this one, not so much.
If you're not paying attention, which I don't know why you wouldn't be, you don't know when she's coming out. And maybe I'm wrong in that, but I was waiting for her, like, she's coming out, right? I'm sure she is. And it was just like, oh, okay, there she is, and she's gone. And I thought that was a missed opportunity to create a perfect sort of poignant moment in the actual flow of everything.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'll end the Enchantment review by saying that maybe the more we see it, the more we'll find that we love about it.
Mm-hmm.
And, maybe it's just one of those things that kind of has to grow on you. I mean, we've got, 18 months for the celebration, I think?
Yeah.
So we'll see. Maybe our opinions will change.
That'll be about 36 times to Magic Kingdom, considering our rate.
Yeah. So, yeah. Now let's switch gears here a little bit and go to Harmonious.
Harmonious.
Now, do you mind if I start on this one?
I think you should, because you've seen it more than I have.
I've seen Harmonious twice. The first time I vlogged it, so we do have a vlog of both Harmonious and Enchantment that we can link below in the description box. So if you want to go watch those, you can. But I've seen that twice. The first time I vlogged it, the second time I just went and watched it. So, you know, I was able to just focus on watching the show, not having to pay attention to the camera and everything else. So that actually really helped. I'm glad we did that before we did our review. Now, Harmonious, I absolutely loved. I absolutely loved it. It is by far my favorite Epcot show. You know, and I think a lot of people might disagree with me, but I loved it more than Illuminations, which was another big one that a lot of people love. But Harmonious is, I know, it's like I'm so excited about this one. Like, I am excited about Harmonious. I can't wait to go see it a third time and a fourth time and a 10th and 20th, and I just can't wait because I love it that much. I love how they incorporated the water with the lights, with the music. I love the music that they chose for this show. And it's all very catchy music. Like, the second time I watched the show, I found myself like dancing. Like, you know, half of the songs that would play, I'd just start dancing, just moving around. Because it was just, they were catchy songs that I absolutely loved. Some of my favorite Disney songs from some of my favorite Disney movies. And then also, the timing of the fireworks to the music was absolutely amazing. I don't think I've ever seen a fireworks show that was timed so well with the music.
All right, so we're back. Quick battery change there. It kind of died on us right in mid-sentence.
Yeah.
So I think we were at...
I was just saying how much I absolutely loved Harmonious, how much I loved the firework timing. Yeah, so I mean, that's what I thought of Harmonious. How about you, Steven?
I also liked it very much. Yeah, left me a bit more verklempt than Illuminations or Epcot Forever, right? The interim show. I do agree with you that the use of the water, the light show itself, and everything that they used was really great, and the big arms that would revolve around and change position, and the tacos, as I call them, having different projections on them. I thought the whole thing was really good. I like it a fair more amount than Enchantment. There were two sections in Harmonious that I actually liked. One was when they went from Beauty and the Beast to Brave to Coco. I like that little transition because that's three of our favorite movies, especially Coco.
Yeah.
And then the song that I'm left with that I actually do hum and remember is Dig a Little Deeper from Princess and the Frog. I thought that was a really good one, and it created this big crescendo to it, and big fireworks. I really enjoyed that. And I felt that overall it's just a much more memorable, emotionally connecting show. I don't think it's got the songs that Enchantment has, so Into the Unknown and You Are the Magic. I think those are more sort of iconic Disney-ish songs instead of like a song from, a soundtrack of a movie or something like that. But I still find myself humming along with Dig a Little Deeper and thinking about the visuals of that particular segment.
Yeah. So I think we both agree that Harmonious was much better than Enchantment. If you're comparing one show to the other. If Happily Ever After is a 10, which in my book it's a 10 plus.
It's a 10.
Then what would you give Enchantment?
A 6 or a 7. It's about there. I mean, it's good, but it's not it's not something that I would wait until the end of, the closing of the park to see that often. I certainly wouldn't try to find myself a place 30, 45 minutes in advance and say, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this. I would do that for Happily Ever After time and time again.
Mm-hmm.
But Enchantment, I'd be like, yeah, you're ready to go. Like, we've seen it. It's not that big of a deal.
All right, and what would you give Harmonious?
I would give Harmonious, if Happily Ever After is a 10, I would give Harmonious probably like an 8, 9. Like, for me, I think it's a great show. It presents fireworks and displays and movement and so forth in a way, in a show that I haven't seen before, with all the water and the tacos and the big donut out in the water there.
He loves the food references.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Are you hungry, Stephen?
Maybe, yeah. So I think the presentation of it is outstanding. Leaves a little bit to be desired, I think, on the music and drawing me into it. But overall, yeah, like an 8.5, probably a 9. It's really good.
Yeah. Well, I've got to disagree with you on the music part.
Okay.
I love the music on it. I would give Harmonious a 9 for sure, a solid 9. And then I would give Enchantment probably a 7, 8. Probably an 8. I'll say an 8 because of the Main Street portion of it.
Okay.
Without the Main Street portion, just the castle show itself, it would be a 7. But because I do like the Main Street portion of it, I will give that an 8.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
So there you have it, everybody. That's our opinion on the 2 new shows out at the Magic Kingdom for the 50th celebration.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe we might come back and do an updated review, having seen both of them, 5 times or something like that, and say, okay, we actually have a little bit of a change of opinion or something, but, our quick reactions after seeing them a couple times.
Yeah.
Those is them.
Them's is those. With that being said, guys, we just want to thank you as always for watching our vlog. We hope you enjoyed it today. We hope you enjoyed a little more intimate video in our home, which we will be having a Halloween kind of house tour. It's more of a Halloween decoration tour coming up soon.
There might be a little bit of it back there with a little bit of haunted mansion staircase.
Perhaps.
You never know. Could be, could be not.
Keep watching our vlogs and you'll see. So we love you, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And
make some comments. Tell us what you think. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe we saw it and we're, capricious. Who knows? Maybe we're just not into it and we need to, get a different perspective. Maybe we need to go see it in the hub or something like that. Yeah. Give us some comments and tell us what you think.
Definitely. Let us know what you think, and if there's a better, I think that was well said, if there's somewhere else that we should stand to get a better view of it. Mm-hmm. All right. So don't forget to leave that comment, and we will see you real soon. Bye.